Black Alpha Network, home of Black excellence.
Hello world, hello black world, certified B1 representatives, much respect, keep doing your motherfucking thing out there. Every single one of us who represent this B1 family to the fullest and the best fashion available and just keeping it real all the way around. I respect y'all. Welcome back to the Black Alpha Network. Y'all know me. Y'all know how we get down on this side. So make sure you smash that like button, smash that notifications, and make sure you subscribe. I appreciate that to the core. Facts. But yes, this is the Black Alpha Network, and yes, we back at it again, the most thorough pod on the motherfucking planet. And why are we the most thorough? Because it's all about us. It's all about FBA, B1, Certified Black Society. When we up in here, don't nothing else exist. It's all about building, making things happen, saying what needs to be said, speaking what needs to be spoken, and keeping it all the way thorough all the time. Anybody on any other wave can ride their ass right the fuck out. So shout out to all my day ones, shout out to all my new riders. Let's get to work and do what we do best. But before we go any further, you already know how it go. Shout out to all my brothers, sisters, kings, queens, the goddess and the gods. Let's get to work, let's get to it, and let's build. Yes, indeed. But on today's episode, we're going to talk about race relatives. We're going to talk about race brothers, race sisters, race family, and how the dominant society are all about the dominant society. Nobody else. They ain't coming to be your friend. They ain't coming to be your buddy. They're not coming over here to help you, to assist you. You can cancel that. And quite frankly, me personally, I don't want their help. Fuck them. I'm all about us, for us, by us, our team. Black first, black only, just black. If you ain't riding with that mentality and you ain't got that on your mind, then you can't ride with me. Straight up and down. That's why we say B1. And that's why we gonna continue to say it, and that's why we gonna keep on saying it. What the old saying go? Why do I want to come up in your house, live under your roof, sit at your dinner table, and live by your rules, when I can get my own shit, build my own house, and be with my own family? Ain't nothing better than being with your own. Ain't nothing better than being with your own. And that's the mentality that I rock with. That's the mentality that all my certifieds rock with. And I know y'all feel me. Absolutely. See all that sliding up next to the dominant society, snuggling up by them, trying to be around them, trying to be their friends, trying to get acceptance. Man, all that shit's weak. You'll never see no independent, strong black person ever sitting up underneath anybody, especially the dominant society. You ever notice that any black person you see, they got a bunch of W's as friends, got a bunch of W's as their neighbors, W's as co-workers? Can't trust them. Because you can see already that their mentality is not B1. And like I said, if you ain't B1, you can't be around me. That's simply where I'm at in my life. And that's what gets shit done. That's what gets shit accomplished. How you gonna build when you always up underneath somebody else? How you gonna grow when you always sitting up underneath somebody else? How you gonna be independent when you always sitting up underneath somebody's roof? Fuck that. That ain't strong, and ain't nothing strong about that. And we reject that, regulate every day. And that's what happens in our society. Too many black folks are joining these little groups that they think they belong to. You don't belong to them. I'm gonna say something that motherfucker ain't thought of. I'm gonna say something that motherfuckers don't speak about enough. A black person cannot belong to any group other than a black first group. I'm gonna say that one more time. A black person cannot be a part of, cannot be affiliated, cannot be accepted, cannot be in any group that is not black first. Think about it. There ain't no such thing as no goddamn black Republican. How you gonna be a Republican in a group that you not even a first class citizen in? Either you a first class citizen and you in or you not. How can a black person be a black Democrat? You may vote Democrat. You may wear blue. You may go vote for the motherfuckers blindly every 2 to 4 years, but that don't mean you one of them. I'll tell you what it is. Use a pawn who thinks he's a part of something. Use a pawn who believes and wants to be a part of something. But them motherfuckers is going backstage, they high-fiving, and they laughing at your ass. Straight up and down. Any person you know who says he's a black Republican or a black Democrat is just a pawn that don't want to admit it. Straight up. I'm not even going to say they're a pawn who doesn't know they are. No, they know goddamn well they are. They just don't want to admit that shit. There's a difference between knowing and denying. And these motherfuckers is in denial. And let me tell you how you know they're not accepted. Let me tell you how you know they're in denial. These motherfuckers go to these Republican and Democrat conventions and they know goddamn well they ain't running shit. They go in there and they serving the food. They out front in the cold, taking people's coats and putting them away. They there to do labor. The motherfuckers ain't there calling no damn shots. They can't walk in that motherfucker and see 3 black people who are independent in that goddamn place. You know, y'all remember that picture of Kamala Harris when she had just won, y'all know, Sister Girl, when she was talking about that, I'm a black woman from an HBCU, vote for me. Y'all remember that picture she took when she was at brunch and she had all those women of different races and they was all sitting at the table eating? The only sister in that room was a black woman way in the back with her arms folded, watching them motherfuckers eat. She was at this brunch watching motherfuckers eat. I'm telling you, no front, there wasn't anybody black in the whole room except for one. And what was she doing? She was serving food and she was watching these motherfuckers. She watched them eat food. She watched them eat dinner or lunch or whatever the fuck they was having. Guarantee you, that black woman ate. But when she ate back at her motherfucking house. These motherfuckers was having a cuisine. Sister didn't get shit. Flip to the next picture. The only black man in the room was a black man and his ass was in the corner with his arms folded. Looking like goddamn slavery. Looking like the slave masters was all having a goddamn party. And the black folks was in there saying, you want some more milks and honeys, boss? Can I get you somethings? Pawn, pawn, pawn. And this is what goes on at these Democrat, Republican conventions, meetings, and gatherings. A bunch of W's having fun eating and a bunch of brothers and sisters serving them. Cause they ain't got no power. Either your ass is in or you're out. And these motherfuckers is out. We got the pictures, we got the evidence, we got the photos, and we got day-to-day life to show it. Race receipts. Remember black folks was talking about we gonna get a seat at the table. And if you got a seat at the table, then why your ass still standing? We literally have pictures where they couldn't get a seat at the damn table. They sat there and made excuses for voting for these motherfuckers every single day. Talking about we gonna get a seat at the table. Fast forward, we got photos and they asses ain't sitting at no damn table. Now, they're watching people at the table. And what does that table look like? That table got every single color of people except for black. Huh, ain't that funny? And the kicker is that these are the motherfuckers they voted for. Why? It's because they think they belong. And it goes back to the point that we talk about. The dominant society are only about the dominant society. That's why they're the dominant society. They didn't get to this point by loving and accepting anybody. All that shit is a fake ass mirage. All that shit is a bunch of imposters who play that, we really cares about you. We really care. We're really here for you. That same motherfucker who's telling you that they your friend and your ally, guess what they doing when they go home? They going right back home to that same motherfucking race soldier and they high-fiving and they hugging. You want to know why? I'm going to tell you why. It's because they're race brothers. One big family of supremacists. Mama, daddy, sister, uncle, cousin, neighbor, grandma, grandpa, all one big family. And they love supremacy more than they love your ass. And they're never going to stop supremacy to help you. And they're never going to take a break from supremacy to assist you. And they're never going to quit supremacy on your behalf. All this fake shit that we live in with Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny and these motherfuckers is going to be our friends and they're going to come to our defense. Bullshit. They all have a job to do. One's job is to play good cop. One's job is to play bad cop. But guess what? They both going to play cop. You feel me? And no matter how much you hang out with them, no matter how much you try to be their friend, no matter how much you try to be down, look like them, talk like them, walk like them, throw your own community under the bus, you will never be one of them because they're race relatives. And it's simple facts. Simple facts. Anybody who is a W or part of W society or a supremacist is their friend. Anybody who is not one of those is not their friend. This is simple motherfucking mathematics. We can't make this shit no clear. And black people ain't got no power in these groups. Black folks ain't even 15th class citizens. They're nobody. They're only pawns in any group. There's not one group where a black person is in, where the dominant society is in, where black folks really lead it. Where black folks are really the leader. I ain't talking about no goddamn face, no pawn, no hustle, no con. Name me one group where there are black folks and there's dominant society where black folks truly have power. None. Matter of fact, fuck now, name me 400 years. I give a 400-year head start. Name me any group. Take it even further. Name me any group where a dominant society is in it where they ain't the leader. Name me any group where a dominant society plays second and a black man plays first. There ain't none. And if you cannot be a leader in a group, then you cannot be a part of that group. That's like being in a family, but you can't be the dad. You got kids, but you can't ever raise past being the goddamn child. Then you ain't a part of the group. That's like working at a job, but you can't ever be the boss. Black folks will be in all these groups with the dominant society and won't lead shit. That means you ain't really a Republican. You ain't really a Democrat. You ain't really a CEO. You ain't really a damn coach. You ain't shit. That's why black people who think they have positions of power never really have it. So all you really see is a bunch of powerless pawns who think they're a part of groups. In reality, the dominant society is the leader. And the only place and the only spot where a black person can have power, that's right over here in the B1 certified black society. That's it. And we the best. You feel me? And this is why I say they live in denial, because supremacy makes it very clear who's in and who's out. They treat motherfuckers who think that they're in like shit. Tiger Woods thought he was in. Look how they played his ass. O.J. Simpson thought he was in. Look how they played his ass. Stacey Dash thought she was in. Look how they played her ass. Serena Williams, she thinks she in every week. Look how they play her ass. Go look at any Serena Williams article on Yahoo and then immediately go to the comment section and look how those people that she thinks are her friends in the dominant society talk about her. Man, they be saying the damnedest things and she thinks she's in. But look how they play her ass. Meghan Markle, remember her? She thought she was exclusively in. Meghan Markle thought she skipped over all the low class W's. She thought she skipped over all the middle class W's. Shit, she thought she jumped over all the affluent rich W's and went to royal W's. And you saw how they played her ass. You know it was bad then. You know what we say is true. They told her, you get out and your goddamn baby. As a matter of fact, the supremacist son who brought you in here, your supremacist escort, all three of y'all get out. You know that they love the dominant society. You know they love supremacy. And you know that they are race relatives. The fact that they kicked out the damn baby. We focus on Prince Harry or whatever the fuck his name is and Meghan Markle. They kicked their damn baby out with him. What they say? The baby go out with the bathwater, the goddamn bathwater, and the goddamn baby got threw out. This is how obsessed they are with supremacy, and this is how related they are. She is not a relative of supremacy, so she had to go. The damn baby is a relative of supremacy, and he had to go. So what the fuck you think gonna happen if your ass ain't related to it? Because they're race brothers. Democrats and Republicans, race brothers. Poor and rich, race brothers. Young and old, race brothers. Conservative liberal, race brothers. English American, race brothers. Northerners, Southerners, race brothers. No matter how you slice it up, these people are on team supremacy. That is it. And black folks like to do this thing where we try to slide in between them and say, this is the good one. This is the bad one. Because we can't fathom both of their asses being bad. This is where it comes from. This is where it comes from. We pretty much have been in a 400-year struggle of black folks trying to pick which one is the good one when they both bad. You done walked up to a goddamn rattlesnake and you done walked up to a goddamn black mamba and you said, that's the good ones. That's the ones who ain't gonna bite me. No, motherfucker, they both gonna bite you because they can't fathom there's no good option. They can't fathom that. They don't want to. This is how their slave mentality works. This is how their ignorance operates. They don't want to accept that both of these motherfuckers is wrong because then whose boot they gonna lick? Whose shoe they gonna shine? They can't do that. What they want to do is they want to say, this is my favorite. Black folks been out here playing favorite races for years. And they don't want to accept that both of these motherfuckers is going to have you picking cotton. One motherfucker going to whip you and do it, or one motherfucker going to have you do the electric slide to the cotton field. Either way, your ass is going to that cotton field. I mean, look at the motherfuckers on that picture with Kamala Harris. Their asses was straight back in slavery. Watching them motherfuckers eat food, lick their fingers, laugh, giggle. Kamala Harris was doing that sick laugh she be doing, hee 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 hee. And that black woman was just sitting there watching these motherfuckers eat. Food was flying in the air. The motherfuckers was popping goddamn wine and champagne. That sister couldn't get a crumb. Same with that damn brother. He was in the other picture. He was watching the motherfuckers throwing bologna all through the goddamn room. Couldn't get a piece. His ass had to go home, and on the way home probably stopped the goddamn Popeyes and got his ass a fucking $2 combo meal. when he was just watching motherfuckers eat an A1 meal, steak, the best steak on the planet. Probably flew this motherfucking steak in straight off the farm. And your ass had to go to Popeyes, but you was in the room with him. And you was voting for him. And you stood outside in the cold for him. And you got rained on for him. And you was yelling at your family for not voting for him. This is what happens when your ass is living in race denial about team supremacy. They're gonna keep on trying to make it look like they got friends when they don't. They have to try this because they cannot accept the fact that they don't have no friends, that they can never be on the inside. Black folks have been trying to get two relatives to fight each other. Now, you know, like I know, in no walks of life is you gonna walk into the neighbor's house and say, I'm on the mom's side, and get the mom to fight the dad. A stranger. You just a stranger black person who came off the street. You went into a W household and you said, I'm on the brother's side. And then the brother and the sister start fighting. And one's on your team and the one's on the other team. Man, fuck no. This is what we've been doing. We've been trying to get in between two brothers fighting and thinking one brother's gonna pick us. We've been trying to get between a husband and a wife fighting, thinking one's gonna pick us. No matter how much you don't want them to be, no matter how much you don't want to admit it, accept it, acknowledge it, supremacy is a happy home. Supremacy are best friends, they besties, they best buds, they get along great. They the Partridge Family, the Brady Bunch, all wrapped in one. Couldn't be happier. And it's always been that way, and it will always be that way. So these black folks out here who think they're accepted and think they're a part of these groups, how you gonna be a part of somebody else's family? Because they make it clear amongst each other that they are all on one team. Like we said, the Republicans and the Democrats, they get along just great. Now they may get on TV and make your ass think they don't get along, but all that is just bickering amongst family. A Republican and a Democrat debating about some policies is no different than mommy and daddy debating on what's for dinner tonight. It's no different than mommy and the kids talking about who did homework, when is bedtime. These are little squabbles amongst themselves. And black folks be in that damn window looking in. Ooh, they's fighting over mashed potatoes tonight. I'm on mommy's side. I wants to stay up past 9. Let me go get in the middle. Ain't no goddamn room for you. W supremacy is just like the WWE. Damn right. On TV, you think they hate each other. They hit each other with chairs and throwing them through tables and body slamming them and got you saying, boo, I'm on his side. Boo, you're the bad guy. But backstage, they ass go there and they pop bottles. They go out to eat, just like wrestling. Black folks is out here really thinking supremacy is like wrestling. They really think they watching Monday Night Raw or some shit. This ain't goddamn The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin. This ain't damn Hulk Hogan and Macho Man Randy Savage. These motherfuckers love each other. You may be sitting there thinking, that's the bad guy. He jumped him last night in a 6-man tag. And after that 6-man tag, they asses went backstage, high five, got in the car and drove to the next town and did the shit over again. Quite frankly, it's just like the WWE. Supremacy and wrestling go hand in hand. It's a bunch of people who really love each other, who get all y'all to think they hate each other, and then they travel around the world and get black folks to pick sides. In reality, you have no side. The only team they know is team supremacy. Anything other than that, your ass is fooled. I've literally sat back and seen two different groups of W's argue with each other, but then team up on each other when a black person walked in the room. I seen a W Democrat team up with a W Republican to go against a black guy who was in his own group. Straight up. I seen a W Northerner and a W Southerner team up to go against a black person. Normally these guys walk around all day long and act like they're in a group. But as soon as the black person show up, those two groups get together. I remember Marcus Garvey Jr. said it best. He said, they'll have quarrels amongst each other until your ass show up. Soon as you show up, boom, they get right back on the same page. I remember watching this debate, and it was a black guy. He was one of these black guys who thought he was a Democrat, and he thought he was gonna sit there and argue with the W supremacist who is a Republican. And then when I read the comment section, I seen nothing but people saying, yeah, I'm a Democrat, but I agreed with the Republican. Yeah, I know I've been a Democrat for 35 years, but I'm on the Republican side on this one. And what was the denominator? The denominator was, it was a black Democrat arguing with a W Republican, and immediately all those Democrats teamed up with the conservative. Don't agree with them any other time. Don't get on the same page, don't have the same policies, nothing. But when a black person who thought he was a Democrat was trying to argue with another W, they switched sides because all they saw was color. They don't give a fuck about them labels and them terms. See, black folks want to come in here and say, I'm safe because I'm a Democrat. And then you see that W Democrat teams up with that W conservative to go against your ass. A black person want to say, well, I'm a Northerner. And then that W Northerner teams up with that W Southerner to go against your ass. All of a sudden, they throw them labels out the window because guess what? All those labels are small little spats in between family members. And they willing to put all that shit on the corner to team up for the one group that they care about the most. Supremacy. Oh yeah. Republican, Democrat, Northerner, Southerner, Liberal, Conservative, all those are our minor terms. And they all fit under the major team. And the major team is Team Supremacy. Team Supremacy number 1, everything else I just named second. And black folks get it so confused, they think that Republican comes before supremacy. No, it don't. They think Democrat comes before supremacy. No, it don't. Northerner, Southerner, Conservative, Liberal. No, the fuck it don't. Supremacy comes before all that shit. And any other thing that they have differences with, they let it be known amongst each other. That's between us. You ever have a problem with a family member and it's like, hey, that's our issue. That's an in-house issue. Republican, Democrat, all that shit, those are in-house issues. Black folks are not invited to those issues. You do not have a fucking opinion. They don't give a fuck about your opinion. They don't give a fuck about your thoughts. You have no power at all. And somebody will say, well, no, that ain't true now. Barack Obama was president. Barack Obama was the least powerful president. I've stated all the times right here on the Black Alpha Network that Barack Obama was president and he was getting checked by city council members. All he was a powerless pawn in the whole situation. And they were only using him so they could trick people into vote. But behind closed doors, he wasn't calling no motherfucking shots. As a matter of fact, in front of them goddamn doors, with open doors, he wasn't calling no shots. Y'all remember when Obama was having that speech and that guy said, liar! Just yelled at the president. You ain't never saw that before and you ain't seen it since. What's the denominator? A black man was in office. I got another one for you. You remember when Obama was getting on that plane and that W woman was literally wagging her finger at him, just cursing him out. And he had that big old goofy look on his face like, what? This the president, y'all. This the president. You think somebody gonna talk to Joe Biden like that? Bill Clinton like that? Donald Trump? Fuck no. Nobody else would tolerate that except for the brother president. He was sitting there getting scolded by some random W woman. I think she might have been like a journalist or something. I mean, she was just G-checking dude. Dude was just bowing down. You remember when he was on Fox News and he had an interview with one of them clowns and he sat there and that guy cut Obama off like 50 times. And Obama was like, no, let me finish. Ho. The president of the United States of America sitting there asking, can I get a word in with just some random news anchor on Fox News? And he was saying, well, can I talk? Please, let me talk. And then finally, when the guy finally let Obama talk, now listen how fucked up that sounds. When the damn news anchor finally let the president talk, you will never hear this in any other time unless it's a black president. When the news anchor finally let the president talk, he let Obama get in 2 words and say, well, I'm sorry, we ran out of time. Goodbye. And not one Democrat came out and stood up for Obama. Not one came out and said, hey, the president is treating wrong. Now, I remember when Hillary was running, they said, look how they treat her. Look at the misogyny and how they treat Hillary. They came out for Hillary quick. Everybody said, oh, she got treated bad because she was a woman. Did you ever hear any W come out and say Obama got treated wrong because he was black? Not to mention how they talked about his wife. Did you see anybody come out and defend Michelle? And they talked about Michelle even worse. All the way to his last day in office, they was dragging Michelle through the mud. They're kids. Did you see anybody come out and defend Sasha and Malia? No. What's the denominator? Black family. And guess what? All his Democrat buddies remained silent and didn't say shit. You didn't see one Democrat stick up for Obama when that Republican was coming after him. All the Tea Party and all that shit that was going on, all the Republicans and all the supremacists that were saying all that shit about Obama, you didn't see one Democrat stick up for him. Why? It's because that Democrat and that Republican, that Democrat and that Tea Party, that Democrat and all those open supremacists, they're all race brothers. And at the end of the day, they're all going back to the same house, to the same dinner table. They all eating that same bland ass mashed potatoes and Brussels sprouts, and they all sitting down with grandma. That's what it is. They're one big family and they're one big happy home. They're the supremacist Partridge family. As much as black folks want to believe that there's two different sides and there's always got to be a villain and a hero, there's no villain and a hero, just both villains. And neither one of them like your ass. It's always been that way. Have you ever seen a Democrat condemn a Republican and stick up for black people? Nope. Have you ever seen a Republican condemn a Democrat and stick up for black people? Have you ever seen a Northerner condemn a Southerner condemn a Northerner? Have you ever seen a liberal or conservative condemn each other on behalf of black people? No. Because they're one big happy family. They love each other, they stand by each other, and they will do it at all costs. I actually seen a story, I think y'all seen it before, when that W woman was shoplifting out of a store, and the black guy who was security doing his job, what'd he do? He ran up on that W lady, and she was being erratic. She was quite frankly being dangerous. She was a threat to society. She was slamming shit, threatening everybody. And he had to hold her because she was trying to walk out the store with the merchandise. And he stopped her and said, nope, you ain't going nowhere. Now she's elbowing this man, kicking this guy, scratching this guy. And what happens? All of the other co-workers, W women, they came in and they didn't get mad and condemn the shoplifter. They didn't come in and condemn the criminal. They came and they condemned the damn black security guard. Matter of fact, I'm not even sure if he was a security guard. He might have been a security guard or he actually might have been a damn cashier. Either way, his ass worked for the company and he was stopping somebody from stealing. And they walked in and they was basically just gonna let the lady walk out. And they got mad at the brother. They was like, don't grab her that hard. Let her go. You're being too rough. She's a girl. And they were just gonna let the goddamn criminal walk out the store. No problem, no harm, no foul. Why? They're race relatives. The same way when you see a race soldier harm a black person on camera blatantly. What does a majority of W society do? They immediately side with the race soldier, the criminal. They got each other's back through thick and thin. Don't matter. Doesn't fucking matter. It could be the most blatant, most devious thing in the world. What happens? You ever notice that whenever there's a case, a high profile case, that something happens to a black person by a race soldier, black folks be out here trying to be fair and shit. We be out here saying, well, let's see what happened and let's let the facts come out before we make a statement. Well, he shouldn't have ran. W's ain't even got to see what happened. Before the motherfucking footage comes out, they be like, man, he should have picked his pants up. Fuck him. Well, I mean, his pants were picked up. Well, they were going to go down. He had a criminal record. No, he didn't. He was a good citizen. Well, he's going to have one eventually. I mean, they go straight to fucking excuses, alibis, and justifications. They defend them the same way someone defends their relatives because they are the supremacist Partridge family, the supremacist Brady Bunch. They all get along. They're all one big happy family. Every last one of them. It be W's that don't even know each other. One motherfucker live on the West Coast, the other live on the East Coast. They gonna defend each other. Oh yeah. When they walk in the room and they see each other, when we're there, they automatically, bing, team up. That's what brothers do. I mean, we're in here trying to stop brothers from being brothers, sisters from being sisters. They gonna ride for each other 24/7. So you might as well ride for your motherfucking team. You out here trying to play a game where you got 192 different divisions. We fight over this, fight over this, fight over that. These motherfuckers always are on the same page. They're always on the code. They're always riding the same wave. When it comes to us, that's why we got to stay on this B1. Never hesitate, never fall back. Because at the end of the day, motherfuckers gonna look out for them, so you better look out for your own. When they pass down all that, I don't want to go to school with you guys. I ain't going to school with no blacks. You better be passing down some black empowerment to your kids. The problem is they was always passing down more and more supremacy. And we was passing down Martin Luther King had a dream. You see how that shit worked out? You can't have one motherfucker passing down division, anger, supremacy, spite, bitterness, and the other motherfuckers passing down hope and forgiveness and begging and turning the other cheek. That shit ain't ever worked. That shit ain't never worked. You ain't never gonna see it. Don't wait around for it. Don't expect it. It ain't coming. If you ever expect a supremacist brother to ever go against another supremacist brother on behalf of black folks, ain't happening. That ain't how the game works. All that black faces in high places don't mean shit. Everybody talking about we need more black folks on the force. It don't matter. Because first off, half of them gonna be cooning anyway, trying to score brownie points from the dominant society. And even if they're not, and even if they're really genuine trying to help us out, they can't go against that system. Because that system is gonna team up against him. That's how race brothers operate. Y'all remember that judge in Kentucky? I forget his name. If y'all remember his name, please hit me up in the comment section. Let me know. I forget his name. It was a judge in Kentucky. A lot of black folks talked about it. And he had put up some charges on somebody. And all of a sudden, I think they tried to put charges on him and try to get him to resign. This was a real black judge really trying to serve the people. You know, the same thing they say we're supposed to do, serve justice. Well, this judge was really trying to put charges on some W's. Somehow they ended up putting charges on him. Come on. Why? Race brothers. They teamed up on him. Same way. Y'all remember Marilyn Mosby, the district attorney out there in Baltimore? When those people harmed Freddie Gray and she put charges on them, next thing you know, the smoke clears and she got charges on her. Why? Race brothers. That's how it operates. When in your life have you ever seen a district attorney get charges put on them? When in your life have you ever seen a judge get charges put on them? And when in your life have you ever seen the president of the United States get checked by a news anchor? I'll tell you when. It's when they're all black. And why that happened? Race brothers. Because you're going to a situation thinking it's all even and fair. You're going to a situation thinking one brother is going to help you against the other brother. And then you come to find out those two brothers been on the same team the whole time. Just like the Republicans, the Democrats, the liberals, the conservatives, the northerners, the southerners, the young, the old, the fat, the skinny, the tall, the short. It don't matter. If they a W, they on team supremacy. And team supremacy is one happy family. This is clear. I knew this at a young age. I seen this in school. I seen in school the way the W teachers would team up with the W students. I seen it. Even if they seen the W student doing something that was completely wrong, they'd team up with them. They the most look out for my own, no matter what, no matter how wrong, no matter how much it contradicts the bullshit that I claim, no matter how guilty, how criminal it is, at the end of the day, they gonna always ride for the supremacist Partridge family because they work together. A W Democrat will team up with a W Republican to go against your ass. The only team they know is team supremacy, and you ain't getting in between their family. The only time they'll ever team up will be against you. They won't agree with each other at all any day of the week. And all of a sudden you be seeing them locking arms, kicking their goddamn legs, singing Kumbaya. And why do they team up? Because they're teammates. And quite frankly, I think it's fucking sad that you gotta explain to the majority of off-code black folks that W's all look out for each other. Everything they've ever shown you shows that they only look out for themselves. Everything they've ever shown you shows that you ain't invited and they're only on team supremacy. What do you think happened to all your allies after all them George Floyd and Breonna Taylor protests? The same thing that happened to all those allies after Martin Luther King was bumped off. They went right back home and had them goddamn Brussels sprouts and that mashed potatoes. Bland as fuck. That's what they did. They all go back to the same home. We tend to act like these supremacists that we think there's a good one and a bad one. We tend to think that they all come from fucking Jupiter and Mars and the moon. They all come from the same motherfucking spot. They all go home to the same household. A Democrat and a Republican all come from the same community. A liberal and a conservative, the same community. They're not coming from a different planet and a different motherfucking side of the globe. No. They are family. They all come from the same house, got the same values, and all got the same teaching. That's why they all treat your ass the same. You cannot separate the two of them. How you gonna separate two people who came from the same house? All them allies after Breonna Taylor and them, they did the same thing that all the allies in the 70s and the 60s and the 80s did. They went right back home. As soon as they went home, guess who answered the door? When that Democrat goes home at night and he knocks on the door, guess who answers? His Republican brother. When the phone rings and somebody answers and says, the supremacist Brady Bunch residents, Karen speaking, guess who answers? That supremacist wife. Because they're all from the same house and the same team. And that's their team, and you do not belong, okay? Marcus Lemoyce Hill, you don't belong. Angela Rye don't belong. Van Jones don't belong. Y'all can act like them, talk like them, try to marry them, date them, hang out with them, go bowling with them, shoot pool with them. It don't matter. They make it clear you do not belong. You can think so, you can want to, you can hope so. Your ass does not belong. They are a team. That is what it is. They are family and you are black. And you will always be black. They're fam and they love each other and you black. They down for each other, you black. Case closed, no matter what you want, you can't change it. It is what it is. Team supremacy and your ass does not have a spot. Now, you may not want to come over here and ride with the B1s, and quite frankly, we don't want you. So when the B1s don't want you, and you thought you was a part of team supremacy by joining all their groups, then you come to find out their groups are not for you, I guess you are what they end up always being. You know what that is? You racially homeless. Your ass just running around here and can't get accepted nowhere. You racially homeless. I'm sorry. Okay? You made it that goddamn way. For real. And you notice every single time we're always trying to pit them against each other and that shit don't ever work. You name me one issue, name me one group where you don't see black folks trying to make a hero and a villain out of a W. Every situation that they have amongst themselves, it doesn't have to be a hero versus a villain, a good guy versus a bad guy. One's got to be Batman, one's got to be the Joker. And we always try to do that. The Indians try to make good guys versus bad guys. During the Civil War, we try to do the North and the South. What happened after the Civil War? Them same Northerners and Southerners that they made you think were fighting on your behalf, the whole Civil War is made up of a race myth that the North was fighting on behalf of us. That good guy, bad guy shit. No, it wasn't. Come to find out, it had nothing to do with us. All we were was pawns in that situation. And here went black folks again. I'm on side of the North. The North is the good sides. And what happened after the war? The North said, well, fuck y'all, peace out. And left you down here with all these Southerners that you just fought. Good luck. Good luck. Everybody talks about the day after the Civil War, black folks was free. No, they wasn't. No, they wasn't. They were stuck down south with a lot of W's they just turned on. No, they wasn't. Because guess what? That Northerner and that Southerner who just got out of a war that you thought was a hero versus a villain, you came to find out they were both villains. And the North said, see ya, thanks for helping us win this war. All y'all blacks is on your own now. Oh, by the way, Southern brother, Southern relative, high five. And the North and the South made up. The North and the South became friends again. Who became the friends of the black folks? Black folks still out here searching for a friend. Ain't got a hand. What Henry Clark say? You want a friend, you better look in the motherfucking mirror. Cause that hero and that villain shit, that shit ain't real. Ain't real at all. So people back then got caught in between that good brother, bad brother. And what you come to find out is what black folks always find out. It's really just them versus yo ass. Point blank. And think about it, it works for them. Because they can get us to fight each other. Almost every single issue that black folks face are really not even issues of our own. It's us inheriting and taking on their problems and putting them on ourselves. Think about it. North versus South. You hear that shit go on in hip hop. Rappers be talking about, I'm from the North, I'm from the South, I'm from the East, I'm from the West. In reality, that's a W motherfucking beef. What you beefing for, Northern and Southern black man? Both y'all asses is slaves. What you beefing for, Northern and Southern black man? Both of y'all asses is oppressed. Two oppressed folks fighting. All you doing is inheriting a W beef that you think you belong to. You think you a part of. That ain't your issue. Black man ain't got nothing to do with no North-South beef because you go to the North, I've been, blacks is suffering. You been to the South, blacks is suffering. All that East Coast, West Coast shit that they was running with in the 90s, both y'all asses was suffering. You go to New York, they were suffering. You go to LA, they were suffering. But I tell you what you also saw, you seen W's winning. Who got paid off that shit? Exactly. All that North, South, East, West shit that black folks be doing, my hood, your hood, my team, my side of town, you don't own a goddamn doorknob on either side of those towns. Why? It's because we think that their issues are ours. We're our own people with our own set of issues. Man versus woman. That's the biggest one out there. The feminist movement. The feminist movement is a W woman's problem with her W man. And it's a deep problem and we all know it's filthy. When they close that door, their relationship is fucked up. Don't get it confused with what you see on TV. Look at the stats and the statistics and you'll see they ain't living in that harmony that they present. But what happens? Black folks, once again, thinking that there's good W's, bad ones. I'm on this side, I'm on this team. Here's the good one. Here's the savior. Here's the bad one. You end up inheriting an issue that don't even concern you. So now they can have sisters going against brothers, brothers going against sisters, and that ain't even our problem. That's their issue. And what ends up happening? That same W woman that throws her arm around you and says that she's your friend, Shaniqua, next thing you know, her husband's picking your ass up and body slamming you. Or he's picking up your child out of school and body slamming you. And all those, my friend, all those good W women that are my race sisters, they don't ever come out for you. Nope, never. You know why? Because she talks all that sisterhood, all that race relative shit with you. And then you come to find out that Karen, the W, and Bob, the W, they're race relatives. So her husband is the one putting his hands on you. And all that, I'm down with the black girls, all that black girl magic shit they come up with. You come to find out black girl magic don't mean shit. Sisterhood don't mean shit. Her only loyalty is to team supremacy. The supremacist bunch. The partridge supremacists. Know that. And the main thing that you got to do is quit trying to get in between a family dispute. I know off rip, if two brothers is fighting right now, I can't get in the middle of them, because guess what? You ain't gonna get in the middle of me and my brother. If me and my brother got an issue, if me and my homeboy got an issue, if me and my sister got an issue, that's between us. You ain't getting in the middle. I remember the Wu-Tang Clan. Shout out. One of them said something one day. I don't know which one because it's like 100 of them motherfuckers. But one of them made a point. They said, I could sit here and have a beef with another member of the Wu-Tang Clan, but that's a family matter. He's like, so if I got a problem with Method Man and you come up to me and say, man, what's up with Method? I'm gonna say, shit, what about it? I'm gonna immediately ride for my brother. Cause don't get it confused. Any spat or difference I got with my brother, that shit's minor. That shit's minute. But if you got a problem with it, you gonna catch issue. You gonna catch wreck real fast. Y'all know how we get down. Y'all know how we get down. Y'all know how we operate. No matter how I feel about my family, you better not say that shit. Y'all know how black folks is. Y'all know how foundational black Americans get at. I know for a fact y'all agree with me right now. Y'all know damn well when it come to foundational black Americans, I ain't talking about nobody else. I ain't talking about the diaspora. I ain't talking about goddamn Africa, none of that shit. Y'all know when it come to foundationals, I can say something about my brother. I can say something about my sister, my cousins, my homeboy, my homegirl. You better not say it. Because if you say it, it's going to get taken completely different. And it's going to be issues. And we're going to iron that shit out. For sure. Because that's how we operate. It's fam first. No matter what I feel about my fam, that's still my fam. And that's how it's supposed to be. And that's how it is with B1s. You can represent this side. You can have that ideology. You can have that policy. You can say we beat oppression by doing this. He can say we beat oppression by doing that. You can say we got to get out the hole by climbing. Another motherfucker can say we get out by crawling. It does not matter as long as we all want to get out this hole. As long as we all want to get to the goal. We need to accomplish what we got to accomplish. I don't give a fuck what the differences are. I don't give a fuck where we're not in agreement. At the end of the day, as long as we fam and we all got the same destination in mind, that's all that matters. And that's how you unite, and that's how you galvanize. And that's the wave that we ride right here on the BAN, Black Alpha Network, certified BLACK. It does not matter where you coming from, man. You can be in Baltimore, shout out. You can be in Philly, shout out. You could be over the ocean, shout out. You could be in the South, shout out. Everybody listening on the West Coast, the Midwest, y'all know I do my roll call. It don't matter where you are. If you an FBA or you a B1, I salute you. If your mind is on education, I salute you. If your mind is on economics, I salute you. If you a warrior out here in these streets, I salute you. If you are all of the above, I salute you. Because if you take everything that you do well, and then I take everything that I do well with our other brothers and our other sisters, and we put it all together, we win. One is because we too motherfucking strong. And two is because when you take all that strength and power and you put it in the same motherfucking place at the same motherfucking time, game over, lights out. Now that's what you call black power. And this is the Black Alpha Network, the world's most thorough. Once again, I appreciate y'all spending your time with me. I'm humble beyond words. And more so than being humble, I'm proud. Proud to be a part of this B1 family. Proud to be a part of Certified Black Society and everything that we represent. And all the love y'all give me, that keeps me rolling, that keeps me pushing. And I'll never stop. I'm gonna hold these B1s high up to the motherfucking sky. But yo, before you leave, smash that like button, smash that notification. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and share this with every real one you know. Because we stronger together, and I know for sure ain't nobody moving like us. But yo, y'all stay safe out there, hold each other down. Can't wait till the next go around. We're gonna chop it up some more, and we're gonna do everything the way we do it. Black Alpha, certified black, B1 style. Why? You know why. Because black is beautiful, and beautiful is black.